Have you ever wondered if what you say or do even matters? I work at a school all day with kids whose ages range from 4 years old to seniors. I mostly see kids up through fifth grade, but occasionally have the chance to visit with the older ones. And regardless of what age you teach or what age kids you might be parenting, there are usually times when you feel like your words fall on deaf ears and your actions go unnoticed. However, you may have a difficult time convincing Andrew Kearney of that. In 2004, he was a teacher in Oxshott, England at Danes Hill School. He taught pretty young kids, and I'm sure there were days at his job he felt like nothing was getting through. However, in reality, one of the lessons he taught in December of 2004 would end up saving the lives of over 100 people halfway around the globe from his home and school. On December 26, 2004, one of the most devastating natural disasters in recent history took place in the Indian Ocean. Somewhere off the coast of Indonesia, a 9.3 scale earthquake occurred offshore, and what followed were waves as high as 100 feet crashing onto shores all throughout the Indian Ocean territories. As a result of the massive tsunami, 227,898 people in 14 countries lost their lives. Thousands more were injured and displaced because of the loss of homes and hotels, churches, and businesses. But along Mai Khao Beach in Thailand, there were over 100 people who got to safety. They did so because of the warning of one young 10-year-old girl who knew the warning signs of tsunamis, because 2 weeks before she was paying attention in Andrew Kearney's class in Oxshott, England at Danes Hill School. He had shared black and white footage of a tsunami from the Aleutian Islands in 1946, gave specific details of what the ocean would do in the moments leading up to a tsunami. Tilly Smith saw that the waves had stopped coming in and out, were just sort of pushing up the shore without withdrawing back into the sea. She noticed how it was unusually frothing, all signs she heard in Kearney's class. Her parents first brushed off her warnings, but she was adamant that they needed to retreat. After an English-speaking Japanese tourist heard her say tsunami, he agreed. "I think she's right," he said. "There's been an earthquake in Sumatra. I think your daughter's right." That was all that was needed. With the help of others on the beach, they convinced over 100 people to evacuate just before the waves crashed ashore. Tilly Smith, a 10-year-old who was paying attention, saved 100 people, and all because Andrew Kearney taught a lesson he likely believed no one would ever need or that many might ignore. But Tilly listened. I don't know what you do every day. Maybe you have a tendency to believe that what you say doesn't matter. But as a counselor, I guarantee you it does. Your kids hear and take to heart your kind words and your harsh ones. They pay attention to your actions and the way you treat people. They may one day treat others in the same way. They notice if your actions and words at church are consistent with your actions and words at home. They will remember your warnings, your life lessons, your stupid jokes, your encouragement, and your comforting embrace. Your words or actions may never save 100 people on the beach from a tsunami, but your kids and grandkids, and even you, will come in contact with thousands of more people than that in your lifetime. The way you treat them and the messages you relay may save them in other ways. You might save them from self-destruction. You might save them from waves of self-doubt and that are heading their way. You might rescue them from the waves of guilt or shame. You might just save their soul. Your words matter. And if you don't believe it, I bet you could ask those 100 beachgoers about what they think of Tilly Smith and the elementary teacher named Andrew that they had never met. And I'll bet they will convince you otherwise, because they're literally walking proof. And that is your Friday refresh.